Hello, Smegheads, and welcome back to Smug Mode, a Red Dwarf podcast where we talk about the British sci-fi comedy classic Red Dwarf. I'm Ben Gilman, as always. I'm joined by Tom Hill,
Hey.
Dan Rudge,
Hello.
and some bloke called Troy Salmon.
The man, the charmed on himself. Yes.
Oh God, wrong podcast, Troy.
Right.
And today we're continuing our coverage of season 5 with episode 2, The Inquisitor. Smug Mode is now engaged. This episode, the Red Dwarf crew encounter the Inquisitor, a Skeletor person from He-Man. No, I mean, I'm joking. It's a mechanical life form who's made himself judge during the execution of all of humanity for history. If he decides your life hasn't been worthy enough, you are basically fucked, erased and replaced. Bad luck for the Dwarfers. So he does look like Skeletor from He-Man, though, right? Right?
No, I wouldn't say that, but
Totally like the 90s film, at least.
He looks more like the Sycorax from Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, you're right. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Doctor Who reference. There we go.
Yeah, sorry, it's me who's doing all the Doctor Who references.
Yeah, exactly.
This is hilarious. Tom is just on a roll now with Doctor Who references.
I've never hidden the fact that I'm a Doctor Who fan.
Never. He's never hidden it.
I don't reference it as often as other people do.
So I'm a bit jealous because Troy gets a drop in, gets a name drop in this episode.
Oh yes.
Opening scene. They start talking about yes. We find out Lister's after the bit where we established the bad guy, the Inquisitor. I do bow like, and we just say, "Thank you, sir," and just walks off. That's quite funny. We find out Lister's reading a comic book about Troy, the wooden horse, and basically, I agree with Lister. They're pretty stupid, like, to let the horse in and all that. I've never found that makes any sense.
I mean, the thing is, with all kind of comedy, you ignore the bits that don't work to your joke, because the whole point of the Trojan horse was that the Trojans believed that the Greeks had made it as an offering for them to have good weather to sail home. They didn't think it was for them.
Yeah.
They just thought it'd been left on, that they built it as a thing, because you did that kind of stuff before you went sailing anywhere. You made
the sacrifice.
You did stuff like that, and so they created this huge wooden horse. They didn't think, they want us to drag it in, it's a present for us. They just decided to bring it into the city.
They were like, yes, it's an offering to the gods. Yes.
Yeah. They wanted to be respectful to the fact it was an offering to the gods, but that was it.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they have a discussion though with women's favourite history. Crichton's description of the comic book sounds like poetry in his words. Just the way he says it. It sounds like
great language.
Your pig dogs.
Rimmer once again gets in a shot at Lister and his children's books again, like the little pop-up one.
Oh yeah, you had to do it, innit?
And I think Cat with his tiger coat looks a bit like a Soho slapper to this week. Looks a bit like those older women.
Slapper. What the fuck?
Like one of those really old 50-year-old women who's got 6 kids.
Oh wow.
On the street corner. It's not a good look.
Soho slapper.
And Gilman's catwalk corner.
Yes.
This is a fail for him this week.
Don't be a Soho slapper. That's the basic meaning of today. Don't be a Soho slapper.
I'm burning down the catwalk this week for the cat. It's not happening.
L for the cat today. It's an L. It's a loss.
I believe that's a very, very rare L.
Yeah.
I think it might be the last one as well. I have noticed though, Rimmer is back in his green thing. So it's brought back again during the episode later, back to red. Does this
because of the order they filmed them?
Yeah.
Right.
He changed to red after doing the Holocrow episode, but that wasn't the first one they actually filmed.
So it's a community error.
It's a sort of continuity error, but yeah. Not a huge one, though. You can live with it.
It's nice to see it's not just a cat that can change his clothes, though. You know, it's nice
Exactly,
to see.
yeah. That's why I don't think it matters that much.
No, it's not. I'm not
But
being.
you're right. You're right. He has switched back, but yeah.
I do like how Craig Charles does great. He does great epileptic acting. He looks like he's having about 5 strokes this episode whenever he gets taken over by the Inquisitor.
His mouth just opens wide and leaves to one side.
Brilliant.
God. I could control your ship.
Anybody else want to bad stuff in so far?
Like once they're on their way back towards the ship and they're trying to figure out what's about to happen and what the Inquisitor is, what it's going to mean for them.
Oh God!
You really mean with money? You're a tremendous physical coward. You once spent an afternoon on the Samaritan switchboard and 4 people committed suicide. Your middle name is Judas, but you tell everyone that it's Jonathan. You sign all your official letters, Arnold Rimmer, BSc, and the BSc stands for Bronze Swimming Certificate. You're a cheating Weasley, low-life scumbucket with all the charm and social grace of a pubic louse.
Gotta admit, you got a handle on you there, bud. No, that's when they're back on the ship after they've been erased, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's when they didn't know who they were. Yeah.
That's when he's trying to prove to Rimmer that they do know him and Cat.
That's that one. No, the one I'm thinking of is, sir, you don't have to be a great philanthropist or a missionary. You simply have to seize the gift of life.
Oh God!
Make a contribution.
Oh God!
No matter how small.
Oh God!
You simply have to lead a life that wasn't totally egocentric, vain, and self-serving.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
I'm just trying to make you feel better, sir.
Well, shut up then.
No, when we've done Smug mode, Tom and Dan will do all the radio acting for Red Dwarf. Don't worry, that's our second podcast.
Let's do it.
We'll reenact the whole Red Dwarf.
That routine just happens to lend itself perfectly to 2 people pissing about. That's
we could do spoken word play. It's fine. We just get the license from the BBC.
Yes,
Pretty cool. That would be a good idea. Right. So anyway, getting back on track. What was I going to say? My brother, when he was younger, thought, you know how, because we're jumping ahead a bit, Lister and Crichton get erased from the timeline and they bump into Rimmer and the cat again.
Yeah.
My brother was thought at the time that the cat wouldn't have been smuggled on board. The cat race would not exist.
Precisely.
But there is no reason why the replacement Lister wouldn't have smuggled Frankenstein on board anyway in new reality. So,
but I was going to bring this up as well.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the replacement Lister, the whole point of the replacement Lister is that they would have seized the points of their life, and Lister ends up on Red Dwarf because he's a complete space bomb. Whereas if this person had actually lived their life to any degree, they wouldn't have been where they were. So it is a continuity error. Yeah, you know, there's no guarantee.
I disagree.
Oh, go on.
I don't think it's a continuity error. I think it's proof that the Inquisitor, despite having lived to the end of time, is not all-knowing, is not infallible,
Okay,
and his
fair enough.
theory is complete bullshit.
Okay, fair enough. I think they just didn't think it through enough, but that's a personal thing.
Boy, we're going to have more of these as we go on because they are getting. It does become really big trouble later on. So that one's done. We find out. I do love the throne when they get taken onto the ship.
Actually, sorry, do you mind if I derail once more?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. I'm used to it by now. Go for it. No, I'm joking, Dan. I love you.
Right, so the Inquisitor says that by their own judgment level, they condemned themselves, but that means that you're not looking at an equal judgment because everything is going to be subjectively judged you versus yourself.
Yeah.
That also lends credence to the idea that the Inquisitor is just some fucking genocidal fuckwit who's excusing being a genocidal fuckwit after going mad and living to the end of time.
But is he a genocidal fuckwit? He's replacing every single... No, there's no reduction in the number of people in the world by what he does. He's replacing people.
Possibly,
There is no genocide.
at the very least, some very extreme sadist.
It's like an extreme version of Thanos, basically.
Yes. But the whole idea is that he believes he's being just and fair.
Yeah.
And yes, it is a bit metaphysical, as they say.
I find the Inquisitor easy to hate.
Yes.
I like
to be honest, fact that I did. To be honest, of all the episodes, this is my least favourite in season 5. And there's lots of good moments in it. It's not a bad episode. It's just my...
It's not Hollow Ship.
It's not Hollow Ship. It sure as hell ain't Back to Reality, and it ain't Quarantine. And sorry, that's me jumping forward. Like, there are so many good episodes in season 5.
Yeah.
This is a great episode, and if it was in like season 4, you'd probably be raving about it being the best one. But in the company it finds itself in season 5, it is...
Look at us complaining about a good episode.
It's a great episode.
I love it.
I'm not knocking it. I would happily, if I'm flicking channels and this is on, I'll stop and watch it, even though I know it, because it's a good episode. I mean, just the reactions of Rimmer and the cat when they come up against themselves are some of my favourite things in the world. When Rimmer trying to justify himself, liar. No, he didn't.
Well, okay, so I'm now going to say what I was going to say.
Sorry, Ben, yes.
No, it's okay. It's fine. Nice throne. I do love the throne. It's very Skeletor. I made the joke before, but by the time he's on the throne, like, that's definitely Skeletor from He-Man. Right? So, judged by their own self, it's really funny. I always find Rimmer arguing with himself is always funny. We've seen this before. Back in season 1, the first time. I just find Chris Barry arguing with himself really funny.
Yeah.
The cat has a beautiful ass. That's funny how quickly that one's done.
Joy of the world, because I have such a beautiful ass. That's right. You need more.
I'm a shell of a guy with a great ass.
That was going to be okay the moment you saw that they were judging themselves.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it's true, actually, yeah. This is the man who looked at the face of beauty, saw himself when in Camille and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Ultimately, the most shallow thing in creation.
I do want to say I feel sorry for Robert Llewellyn. Not only is he wearing the Crichton makeup, he has to put the bloody costume on top of that. He must have been suffering in that.
I get the feeling he enjoys all of that. Like he enjoys being something different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's one of those people where I think if he'd been like there slightly earlier in time, he would have been one of the sort of creature shop regular actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I do find there's a real sense of dread when the final verdict is about to be delivered. For some reason, I thought it was just really spooky music. It was quite tense. I don't agree with the outcome. It should have been around the other way. It should have been Rimmer and Cat taken off.
No, but I kind of liked it though because it was a kind of a play on the old episode with the prison episode, Prison Planet.
Yeah.
Where then they kind of like they've peaked at their level because they can't get any higher than what they did. So they were like, out of it.
You could kind of see it coming in the
actual, you can see it. Yeah.
Like especially when you have the one with Lister. It's like, well, get out of this one, smeghead.
Because remember, even when Lister, there was that reality where he became rich. So technically, he had the ability to become like better than what he did. So it was like he played back to all the stuff in the past. So it made sense.
Fair enough. Yeah,
it made sense.
It's very horror movie like when they're on the run from the Inquisitor. When Lister and Crichton are running from him, there's a real horror movie like Jason. Feeling about it, they're desperate.
See, I just said it was more like Terminator.
Yeah, it's Terminator for sure.
Yeah, but like it's the unstoppable killing machine coming after him, is my point. like like a slasher movie, Terminator.
It felt very like Alien Predator to me, with like that sort of dialogue that they had as well. In that you do have that sort of, in those movies, there's some buddy movie elements to it.
Yeah,
that Predator mask on. Yeah.
Yeah. I do like the cat does make up for looking like a slapper earlier when we meet up with him again. He's dressed up like a hunter, Christmas present type, like a fox hunter. It's a very snazzy outfit there. That's much better for him.
Ben Gilman's Catwalk Corner.
Yeah, I should do this for every episode of everything we do. I do love how well Lister tells Rimmer how well he knows him to get his trust. Warm compost. I don't know what that is. I've written warm compost.
Warm compost. It's
warm compost. Like you're in the plant.
We put plants in.
Yes.
Yeah, but someone said it was like sex with warm compost. I can't remember why I've written that.
His hand doing it in the warm compost.
He thought he put his hand up her skirt.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Damp and
it was a play on that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's when Lister was telling Rimmer how well he knew him. Thank you for correcting me there.
That was his first attempt.
Yes. Thank you. I think the other Lister is Craig Charles' brother again, the Song boy. It's him, right?
I think so. I think it is.
It's his cousin again, right?
It's a different actor.
I recognised him, but I never went further than that.
No, it's a different actor, but I can't remember his name.
Okay.
Looks
similar to him, though. Looks similar.
I don't remember ever seeing him in something and going, "Oh shit, it's him."
Jake Abraham.
Okay, cool. J.J. Abrams, yeah? Okay.
No, not J.J. Abrams.
Oh my gosh.
I do think other Lister does look like Ross from Friends with a bit of dreads on. He's got that Ross look about him from Friends.
Oh my days, he actually does. He actually does.
He does.
That's scary. He actually does. That's weird. That he actually does though. For real.
Yeah, I'm not going crazy, right?
You're not.
Thank God. My wife disagreed, but it's clear.
He had that look on his face. You know when Ross has that facial expression when he's confused. He had that same look on his face the entire time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Could I possibly distract you for just a brief second?
Sure. That's a good line.
It's the best he could ad-lib at the time.
The other Crichton looks like Prince Andrew. He's just an ugly.
Sorry, that's what I know him from. Jake Abraham. He was in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh, no wonder.
There we go.
The Lock, Stock movies. Oh, okay.
He's one of the two Scousers who get sent to rob the.
That's it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Never seen Lock, Stock. Okay.
The classics, Ben. Classics.
I will get to them.
You gotta see Lock, Stock. It is funny.
Okay. I do love how Lister uses a dead hand to get past the door to make sure Crichton doesn't see it, but he knows, and then he even knows which pocket it's in.
Logically have done that, sir.
And I do love how he knows exactly where Lister would have hidden it as well. That's brilliant.
I'll get
If
in.
Dwarf, I'd be out of my 5th bag by now. Sorry. But yeah.
Character moment. Lister says he's never had to use his brains before to survive, but he's always. That's a bit of a weird character moment for me because Lister uses his brains quite a lot. He is an intelligent guy when he needs to be to survive.
Considering the circumstances, sir, do you really believe that's wise?
I just don't think he's. I think he's undermining himself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's put himself down a lot.
He's always been self-deprecating. Even whenever he's bigging himself up, he's kind of self-deprecating.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's like, I'm actually going to do this rather than I've already been able to do this. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
I do love the ending's very clever.
What's that?
I do love the ending's very clever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
And then Lister thinks he's got one over an Inquisitor by saving his life, but then the Inquisitor points out he can still erase him. Is quite funny.
Where reverse engineered the gauntlet. I loved it.
The thing that I thought about there, right? So what you've basically done is you've completely erased that Inquisitor from history. So everything that Inquisitor ever did has been
exactly.
And that's a massive thing to think.
That's trippy shit.
That's the plan that he had. He had the plan to make the Inquisitor think that the Inquisitor could get one over on him.
I always got the impression, and maybe I was wrong, that they couldn't work out which button he would actually use to do the deletion, which is why they had to reverse engineer it and let him try and kill Lister. Because they didn't know the combination that he used to actually delete the bodies.
Might have been it.
That was always my thinking, was why they set it up that way. Because they themselves couldn't do it, because they would have just shot him, surely. Straight away. If they knew how to erase him, they would have just erased him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That was the way I looked at it. Anyway.
Okay.
Or else I couldn't figure out how to get that one back.
I do love how the other Crichton just gets fucking murdered immediately. I don't think
his face just gets crushed in the wall.
Yeah. No, that's our Crichton. I'm talking about the other Crichton. He does
policeman job, yeah.
Oh,
he does. I think he gets one line and then he's dead. If you blink it, you miss it. Like he's gone. I was like, so thanks for coming out, other Crichton. So what did you guys think of this episode? Oh yeah, give me 15. That was a bit of a weird ending.
Well, I enjoy it. Like, we're talking about season 5 here.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna enjoy it. This is it's strong the whole way through.
Yeah.
Having said that, this is the one which I'd probably look forward to the least out of season 5.
Yeah.
But it does teach you one very important piece of advice which you can carry through life once you've watched it.
What's that?
Beware of Trojans, they're complete smeg heads.
Trojans. They might tell you to go watch Charmed.
TROJ. Get it right. TROJ, get it right.
Trojans.
TROJ, get it right.
I
get it right.
Trojans. That's a new species.
Oh,
I made Dan laugh. I'm pretty proud of myself. I've actually made Dan laugh. There we go. Dan's the hardest one.
Still disrespect. Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Completely justified.
No way. It will never be justified in this enchantment. It will never be justified ever in life.
So
you will be judged.
We're more likely to do American Red Dwarf episode than a bloody Charmed episode, mate. So what did you guys think of it? Tom and Troy, what did you think of it? Dan's told us what.
No, I loved it. I love the Inquisitor, man. I love the whole idea of like this guy just judging people. It reminds of like the Marvel, the living tribunal, man. I love that kind of thing, the kind of existential stuff going on in the episode. So that's my kind of thing. Skeletor, as you say. Yeah, I love the episode, man. I loved it. And I love the way Rimmer got out of it. He wasn't the one actually being judged this time. So I like that side of it, a little twist. The episode. He got out of it. So yeah, I like it. I like this episode. It's one of my faves anyways, so far.
Tom?
Well, like I said before, it's my least favourite of season 5, but it's still a brilliant episode. It's up there as one of the best episodes they did. It's just, this was a real purple patch for the writers and everything, which is interesting because the director hated every minute of it, of all the entire series 5.
Wow.
They changed directors because the the previous director had agreed to direct the Ruby Wax's new show. It was his wife. Ruby Wax was his wife.
Oh yeah.
And so he'd agreed to leave to do that, and he couldn't fit both in. So they got a new person in who apparently just didn't get the concept of Red Dwarf at all, but directed the series. And then they brought the guy back who'd been with Ruby Wax for the season 6. So the fact that you got a director who didn't actually properly get it, and yet you still got 6 incredible episodes.
It's quality, yeah. It's a quality, yeah.
It's impressive.
It kind of speaks to how professional that guy was, because it then feels like, once you've said that story, it feels like he took himself creatively out of the process because he didn't get it, and focused on the techniques and just let it be what it was.
The direction,
that's exactly what they did, yeah.
The direction on this episode is tight.
The direction of this entire series is tight.
Yeah, so it doesn't affect it at all. Good job, whoever the directed person is.
Wasn't like Ryan Johnson in Star Wars.
Yeah,
Ryan Johnson.
We're not going to talk about him. We don't talk about episode.
Star Wars. But yeah, go on, continue.
Who?
No, we're not saying anything more about that.
Yes, we're not.
We're ending the podcast.
You're not saying anything more about that.
At least on this podcast, we finish when we need to finish. Right. So it's goodbye from me.
It's bye from me.
Bye from me.
All in all, today's been a bit of a bummer, hasn't it, sir? Bye from me.
Right, smeg off your smeg heads.